Hey, it's Terraform Time. I'm Jose Antonio Reyes, Senior Innovation Engineer at PagerDuty, and also one of the PagerDuty Terraform provider maintainers. Today, we are going to talk about leveraging Terraform to set up PagerDuty Service Integration for GitHub. But before moving forward, let me do some housekeeping reminders regarding our schedule. We are streaming Terraform Time each Wednesday at 4 p.m. Eastern Time and 1 p.m. Pacific Time, simultaneously through Twitch and YouTube at twitch.com PagerDuty and youtube.com PagerDuty, which are PagerDuty's official channels. As always, you can reach out to us to our email, which is a community-team at pagerduty.com. And I really encourage you to join to our forums, our community.pagerduty.com. There we can keep talking about what we talk here at Terraform Time or any other topic where you need help. Okay, moving on. As I said today, we're going to visit the PagerDuty Service Integration for GitHub. This service integration allowed us to send events from a GitHub repository on pushes to a specific branch or pull requests to a specific branch. Additionally, we can also send events through GitHub Actions, like the result of a pull request, like if it fails because its test didn't pass or something like that. In fact, that is the scenario that I'm going to reproduce here. Okay, we are going to use Terraform for that, and this is the documentation for service integration, which is the Terraform resource we are going to use today to set up the GitHub integration. I'm going to use as a repository this repository as a GitHub repository. This repository, which is just a random repository I picked from my public repositories, but not that random, because this repository happens to already have a very simple test, very simple unit test, which is going to be executed on each push or pull request sent to this repository. This is a very simple test, which is going to only validate that some end up going well. And it only does that because this is a boilerplate repository for starting Node.js code integrated with Jest to start right away with testing. So without further ado, let's jump right into the Terraform code. As we've been doing, I'm going to use the Terraform Time episodes code repository. Let me visit that and share that with you. Terraform Time is this one. I'll be uploading the code from this episode there. As I've been doing, I'm going to copy the template folder with cprc HCL template and today's date, which is 02/07, and this is GitHub Service Integration. GitHub Service Integration. and I'll switch to that folder. And here I'm going to write the Terraform code for it. And first thing I'm going to do is, well, let me do a quick recap on why is this code here. I already have mentioned this before, but just a quick recap for any of you new watching Terraform Time, for you to understand why is this here. I have in this repository um, a folder called HCL template, which I always copy and change the name according to the episode being streamed for you to better find the code from that day. So that's what I did. I only copied the template, and now I'm going to make use of it. So first thing to use is okay. This is going to create this is going to create a user and a couple of services. This is like the bare minimum configuration to have a couple of services and escalation policy user and team. But from here, I won't use this. I won't use the team. Let's keep the user, the escalation policy, and let me remove this additional service because I only want a service which resemble this GitHub repository. Sorry, this not this one, the Node.js boilerplate one. This, and I want to do that because any incident happening with this repository, I want to track it through this service I'm going to create. So I'm going to change the name of this to Node.js boilerplate. You know what? I'm going to, because we are going to only use one, I'm just going to call it GitHub repository, like this. And the name will be the same, GitHub repository. Escalation policy, it's okay. It's referencing this escalation policy. Sorry, this escalation policy already on the code. And okay, this is okay. So to start, I'll create this. Yes, I create this. So Terraform plan. Oh, sorry, I need to source my environment. Give me a second. Done. Again, Terraform plan. Okay. Okay. I need to. I haven't run Terraform init, so I need to enter Terraform init. Each time I copy the template folder, I need to enter Terraform init to initiate and download the necessary plugins. Now I can reissue Terraform plan. Okay, I delete this theme. So because I deleted, I need to enter again and remove the reference to this theme because it is no longer part of this Terraform code. So again, Terraform plan. Okay, this is going to create an escalation policy, our service, and the user. Let's apply this. Terraform plan, apply. We'll see the plan. I'll put it again, and I'll confirm this with yes. Okay, this is creating. Okay, there we go. It already create the service users and escalation policy. If I check for that, and this is my PagerDuty Sandbox account. I check for here it is. Okay, here we go. We have GitHub repository service just created. To this GitHub repository service, we are going to add a new integration, which is you can also do it through the PagerDuty console. But well, this is Terraform Time, and we are going to do all these configurations and setups through Terraform. But this is what we are aiming to do, which is creating a new integration and integration for GitHub. If I click add, it will add this integration to the service. However, we want to do it with Terraform. So again, let's get into the code. And okay, for this, we are going to use the service integration and Terraform resource. And the for effectively creating a service integration resource, we need to, let me put this down here. We need a vendor name, which is this. This example is for Datadog, but we're going to use GitHub. And we need the vendor name and the vendor ID. So first thing first is to create a data source to reference the vendor name and ID. In our case, it's going to be GitHub. And for this, we only need to pass in the keyword GitHub. Now we have the data source, and we're going to set up now the integration. PagerDuty Service Integration. It's going to be called just GitHub. And here we need a name, which is going to be the GitHub data source name. The service which will be receiving this integration is our GitHub repository service. And for this, we need to PagerDuty, GitHub repository, PagerDuty service, GitHub repository ID, and the vendor will be, again, data source, PagerDuty vendor, GitHub, and here we need the ID. This should be enough to set up the integration between GitHub, or at least the steps necessary on the PagerDuty side, because each time you set up a new integration, the integration have like two sides, the PagerDuty one and the vendor side. And in this case is GitHub. So, and with this, we are going to set up all the PagerDuty side of the integration, and then we will be doing the necessary steps to complete the GitHub side of the integration. So let's move on, because this is what we want. I'm going to first, I'm going to strict to Terraform apply, because Terraform apply will show us the plan before actually applying it. Okay, it looks like it's going to create the integration without any issues. In fact, you can notice that the integration will be created without major issues, because the name that we passed into the integration was recovered by the data source, which is GitHub, and the ID of the vendor was also recovered for the data source. So I'm going to say yes. With this, our service GitHub repository should now have a new integration. On the integrations menu, here we have it. This is the integration. With this, we have completed the steps on the PagerDuty side. Now, for the steps on the GitHub side, you have like two options. One, or sorry, this is the recommended option. Click on the integration documentation, and that will lead you to this page. GitHub Chain Integration Guide. We just complete, yes, we just completed this side of the integration. Now we want to complete the other side of the integration on GitHub. So I'll switch to the GitHub repository. Let me share this with you real quick. This is very important. Okay, but again, you can also revisit the documentation. It's each time you need it, just expanding this control here and clicking on integration documentation. So basically the integration documentation guides us through the steps for creating a new webhook in our GitHub repository. So the webhook I'm going to create will need a special URL, which is this one. And this is which is this URL. But this URL, you need to copy it and go to the webhook register page, and you need look at all these X's. You need to replace all these X's with the integration key of the service integration. Here you have two options to recover this integration key. When you expand the integration that your service has, you can recover it from here. In fact, right here is the URL that we need. I only have to copy it and switch to the webhook registration and just paste it there. The other approach is to go to your Terraform code and review the state of the configuration for the service integration. To do that, you can use, before doing that, let me copy this real quick. And for that, you need to enter Terraform state show and paste the name of the integration. And the integration, the state of the integration created through Terraform will also have the integration key. And with the integration key, just having the integration key, you will only need to using the documentation, replace the integration key on all these X's, and that will generate this same URL. Next step, this should be on application form URL and code, and additionally on the events that you want to trigger the webhook. Click on let me select the individual events, and here you go down to the only accepted events by PagerDuty are by PagerDuty GitHub integration, service integration for GitHub, sorry, are pull requests and pushes. All the others like ping or issues are not supported. So I'm going to yes, I'm going to activate Yes, pull requests, and make sure to have activate checked in the configuration. With this, I'll add the webhook. These are all the steps needed to fully set up the integration. Right now, we have the GitHub repository service here. Our Terraform configuration, it's also complete. Now, if we try to receive an event here, it will be needed only to push new code to the repository or a new pull request. Let me do it through a new pull request. I'm going to do this real quick. Oh, no, I can't do it like this. So I'll do it like this. I already have the repository down here. Let me make sure that I have the latest state of the repository. Yes, it's already up to date. And let's push a little change, like in README maybe. Okay, I have a typo here. Okay, I just fixed a typo there. Let's create a new branch for yeah, typo fix. Fix typo and README. Origin and typo fix. Okay, this should, yes, this should prompt us to create a new pull request. I'll go ahead and create the pull request. Create the pull request. And before doing that, let's check what is the state of our GitHub repository. There are not any new incidents here. I'll create the pull request. The test should be start to run in a few seconds. Yes. Okay, this will take a few seconds too. We shouldn't be receiving new updates here. Yes, there aren't any updates. This is complete. Now I'm going to close the pull request. Yes, I'm going to configure the merge. Pull request closed. And here, if I refresh the page, yes, I have, look at this, because I left enable the pushed and the pull requests events on the webhook, I received two events. But one, if we click on view all, okay, one will talk about the push that was sent to the repository. If we check on raw, this is the event received by the service. You can also leverage this event payload to create incidents based on service orchestration. We can visit this later to leverage this and create some interesting thing using service orchestration. And the other event will tell you about the new pull requests merged. Okay, which is this. I don't know why I can't. Okay, let me look for the service again because it is stopped to like going back. Okay, here we are again. We have these two new events on our service. These will these are chain events. These aren't incidents. And change events allow you to see, well, or are valuable um, in the case of repositories to watch the changes on the services. But if we want now to get incidents based on the result of the tests, we need to make an improvement or an enhancement in the PagerDuty in the GitHub action of this repository. I already have this GitHub action here. Oh, sorry. And GitHub action, Node.js. So I'm going to introduce a GitHub action to send incidents to the service based on the result of a pull request. But before getting into that, I'll change here the configuration for the webhook because I only want to track changes related with pull requests, but not with pushes. So let me update this and come back to the code. Okay, let me share this with you. This is the guide to send chain events. This action create chain event, can be track deploy, build completions, updates, incident triage. Hmm. Uses integration key. Give me a second. I want to check something out here, which is okay. The GitHub changes integration support creating chain events with GitHub actions. Use this feature. Follow. Okay, this is the integration guide, but these are still chain events. Okay, let's move on because this will custom event deployment. Look at this. This will send the output of a pull request, but as a change event. But using that change event, I want to create a new. No, this is not the one. This one. Okay, okay. I want to create or send a change event with the status of the pull request, and if it's a failing status, I want to use service orchestration to trigger a new incident on the service. So I said that I will be maybe visiting that later, but no, let's do it right away. Okay, first thing first is to add the change to the GitHub action. For that, I need to go to the configuration of the GitHub action, and here it says sample usage, notifying about the result of a job. Okay. Uses. says, okay, workflow status. I need this. Notify PagerDuty. I need this step. I'll put this up here. Steps. Deploy steps. Okay, build. I have a build here, strategy, steps. Build, notification. I'll copy all this. Notification. Okay. Notify PagerDuty needs build. This one. Create chain event. Uses PagerDuty. Okay, this is the action. I already registered this secret on the repository. If I switch to the secrets configuration, switch to actions, I already set this repository secret in the repository. So I'm going to custom event. I'm going to call it test, and the status test the status. I'm using this because I want to later capture this using service orchestration. So this should be enough to add this additional job to the check here. Needs build. Make deploy job status available. I'm going to build. Okay. Let's test this out. I'll just upload this. From here we iterate. Git commit am update or add notification job to GitHub actions. Okay. Oops, I created in the wrong branch. Check out master. And let me download the latest changes. Okay, and create a new branch. Update. Add GitHub actions. Notification. PD notification. Let's call it like that. And let me switch. Oh, the name of the branch was type of fix. And this one. So git cherry pick. Okay. Let me validate. Okay, now we have the change in this branch. I'll remove the other branch because it is totally it is not following any branch. Uh, type, type of fix. Okay, we can move on and push this to the repository origin, add GitHub actions, notify. Okay, we should have our right. Here we go. Let's create the pull request. I will add this code to the GitHub action declaration. Let's create the pull request. Test. Okay, test should be running now. Maybe for the sake of this exercise, I remove these additional steps, but let's see if this introduces too much time on the execution of the pipelines. Okay, notification or notify PagerDuty. It's running. Let's check out what's happening. Because failed. Hmm. Okay, this failed. Mm, Integration key. With okay, the request. It says that the request was malformed. Did I create this correctly? Let me validate. Secret actions. Yes, it's the same. Did I? Give me a second. I'll validate that the API key is correct. So I'll create it again. Delete this. New repository secret. And the name of the variable was this. Change integration. You know what? This is change integration. Ah, sorry, I used the wrong change integration key. Our change integration key. I was using my PagerDuty API token. Again, let's expand this. Copy this. I can actually. I'll have to do that again. Okay, I'll put this here. This is the secret. Okay, now we have the integration done. And let's rerun this job. Okay, it's running. Great. Now it worked. Let's check the activity of the service. We should have, yes, test status success. Okay, test status success. Great. This is the event that we just sent. Links to the run. Let me validate this. Run. Okay, custom event, test status success. Summary. Okay, this was the summary. Great. Now, I want to do an additional test before moving forward, which is now creating a failing PR. And for that, let's go to master, update the repository. Great. And let's introduce a fail here. And for that, I will change this summing operation for a multiply operation. Multiply, yes. Well, sorry if I didn't say it correctly, but I want to change the operation to fail. This should happen. Npm test. It should fail like this. Okay. So let's commit this, push it in a new branch, breaking change, and breaking change. Let's commit this and break some functionality. Okay, and let's push this, breaking change. Okay, now we should have a prompt for some changes. Yes. Okay, there is nothing new here. Let's create the pull request, break some functionality. I expect this to fail. Explode. And create the pull request. And let's wait for the result. Yes, I should have removed the additional steps, but it's failing. Okay, it failed. And the notification step. One canceled to failing. I wasn't expecting that. Node. Yeah, oh, what happened? This is not, give me a second. Pull request, closed. Add notification. Look at that. I didn't close this pull request. So Let's close the pull request. This is very important. And now I should be able to go to master and download the changes, because I didn't have the notifications job on the break some functionality. Because of that, I wasn't seeing here the notification step. And let's change back to the break and change branch, and let's rebase this. Oops, is master. Okay, now we can force push this. Okay, we should see something different now. And now I get why the notification job has to be a different job, because it will check the output or the status from the, the, the build job or deploy or any other. Now it's running. Oh, look at that. Failure. Okay, great. Test status, failure. So here we should have a test status, failure. With this is what I was expecting. I want to create now a new configuration here for a service orchestration. For that, I need a service orchestration service orchestration service. Okay, I'll go ahead and copy all this. Yes, and paste it down here, and let's do the necessary updates. So for this is going to be a GitHub repository. The name, the service will be repository ID. Enable event orchestration for service. Yes, definitely. And the label, I won't use any label. Action, instruction, template target, route to. I want to condition. I'll ignore this for a bit. Condition. Event summary matches test status failure. Test status failure. Action. I'm going to, yes, I'm going to grab the URL for the actions and put here, please, and check out the action, GitHub action output in this URL. Priority. Okay, I need now a data source for the priorities. Priority not P1. This could be just P2. Let's create this before moving on. I'll need a data source for PagerDuty priority. P1. The name will be P1, I guess. Give me a second. I will need to priorities. No. Priority. No, it is not like that. It's on account settings. There is a place called readiness, incident priorities here. Okay, the name is using uppercase. So yes, I was right. Service directory. I'll go ahead and switch to GitHub repository service again. And again, PagerDuty P1. And this is for I was working here. I'm not very sure. I'll remove all this. If I need it, I just go ahead and copy it again. But I don't plan to do any transformations for the incident. I just want to create it. It will annotate this other parameter. Rule never suppress root. No, I'll remove this. Oops. And this. I only want to create. Oh, okay. This should be priority 2, priority 2. Okay, this is going to create a new incident. Yes, I'll need to create. I need to do some transformation because variable extraction, not routing, target, summary. Oh, I changed the summary. I want to change the summary, automation action, not labeling, action. Let me check here on the actions, suppress, suspend, priority, annotate, no, even action, extraction. Yes, I need to do this. Yes, I will need to do an extraction. And I'll use this. I'll use this. Actions. And here I'll paste this template, target, event, summary, and I'll change this to PR failed, and PR failed in okay, the name of the repository was Node.js boilerplate on GitHub repository. On GitHub repository. By the way, this can be far more complex. You can leverage the power of templates, passing in other parameters through the let me show you. Oops. Through the notification. Look, I am just sending a, a change event which only says test status, failure or success. You can send more complex data like the information about the name of the PR, or the yes, the name of the PR will be okay, and the branch which originates the PR, to later grab it from the template and enrich the incident. But for the sake of simplicity of this example, I'm just creating a like an static message for the incident. So I'm going to just put here PR failed in GitHub repository. Yes, just this, just to move on. Please check out label or critical. I don't want to use this. And enables. This should be enough. Let's remove this here and let's move on. So let's plan this. Okay, it says that it's going to create the service orchestration with the configuration we set. Let me review again this. Okay, it detected the priority. This is what I saw. I wanted to check the priority. The data source successfully fetch the ID of the priority. The service, it's okay. So let's move on. I'll go ahead and apply this. Okay, it should present again the plan. I'll say yes. Right. Now, if I check the service settings, I should have, okay, event management, view event orchestration rules. Here I have the rule that we just created. The condition is test status failure. Test status failure, yes. We'll customize the event summary and set the priority to P2. We'll add these nodes to the new incident to reach this rule. Okay. Let me check something here real quick. Next, basic event. Okay, we'll set the summary to PR fade in GitHub repository. Okay, awesome. So now let's trigger this. And to do it, I'll enter here. Let me check again. Okay, brings some functionality. I'll just rerun this notify PagerDuty just to see what happened. If this is easier, well, will be better. We run the job. Okay. It's running. It already sent the change event to PagerDuty. I'll refresh this. Oh, activity. Mm, it didn't create the incident. Let me check on settings, but it sent the change. Maybe because I'm not, no, nothing has passed through here. Now this is a change event. So in order to trigger this, I will need to trigger an incident through the GitHub action. And well, that will need more work, but for change events, creating like custom change events different to this, this will work. But for triggering service orchestrations, this won't work. So I'll think through this. Um, come back with a simpler integration between the GitHub chain events, if it's possible, or the GitHub actions, which is it makes more sense to me for creating new incidents. Maybe give me a second. I'm just missing a little part here because I only need to send events right here from an integration. Yes, I will like to. I will have to create an event orchestration and send the events through the event orchestration instead of a change event here. Instead of sending chain events, I will have to send an event through the Events API version 2. But I'll keep that for another day. Today, well, I already experimented with using change events, and I'll prepare something for leveraging this and creating incidents, because what I really wanted to do was opening new incidents in order to create alerts for the people like watching the state of the PRs, for like thinking on PRs that run that have like time consuming PRs validations. I know that GitHub already sends emails notifying about the result of a PR. However, well, if you already have PagerDuty, um, maybe the notification you won't be missing the notification, that's for sure. And if you also are on call for that, will help you to mitigate and resolve the failure on the PR. But for the sake of the time, I'll let that type of configuration for the next Terraform Time episode or a future one. But before moving forward, I would like to make a quick reminder on a schedule every Wednesday at 4 p.m. Eastern and 1 p.m. Pacific time. We'll be streaming Terraform Time. So see you on next time. Bye bye.